Charlene Duval is a historian and a board member of Friends of Santa Cruz State Parks. In 2023, Charlene was presented with an award from the California Missions Foundation, distinguishing her involvement over the years in the study, the preservation, restoration, and interpretation of California mission sites. Charlene received the Edna Kimbro Award. After receiving this award, she did an interview with us here at the Santa Cruz Mission State Historic Park. And she spoke about Edna, who was both her colleague and her friend. Charlene was able to share insights with us about Edna's commitment to the protection of the mission Adobe and her vital contributions to the interpretive fabric of the museum.
Edna had grown up with Adobes in Monterey. Her family was very interested in them there. When she came here, she bought the Branciforte Adobe and restored it. She was involved with the Santa Cruz Historical Society, and when Cornelia Hopcroft died, the state was going to restore this building, and word got out that perhaps they would just restore it as is with the second story on it, and someone had suggested we could have a Victorian tea house in the building. Well, that was the match that lit the fire for the gals in the Historical Society. And, you know, the Adobe Coalition group was formed, led by Edna, of course, and they just embarked on saving this as it was originally built to be. At that time, they thought it was the soldiers' barracks. And it wasn't until Edna and Mickey Ryan and folks were researching the building that they discovered it was not the soldiers' barracks, but it was the native housing, which made it even more significant and more important to turn the building back to the way it had originally been intended to be used. Well, this room was very special for her. She did the furnishings for all of the rooms, but this one was very special because she had nothing to go by. She had no idea. Nobody had done one of these in one of the other missions. Nobody had a room like this in the other missions. So she had to go through the archaeological artifacts to find out what kind of activities took place in here, match the ceramics, study other mission photographs at other missions and bits and pieces that would tell her what was likely to have been in here. So you can see the wooden items are all made by hand. They're all hand hewn with leather strapping. The bed, the ladder up to the second floor, and everything was probably touched by Edna, except for a few things that over time needed to be replaced. There is nothing in this room that isn't perfectly correct. She was a real artist when it came to furnishing plans.
As we continue to maintain this building over time and to develop new exhibits, Edna Kimbro's legacy lives on today in the role that this authentically and scrupulously restored building plays in interpreting the lives of indigenous people who built it and lived here 200 years ago.